Which one?
Number 2.
Oh,
Tony
sorry.
Hawk's Pro
I got
Pro
confused
Skater
when you
2.
said. Oh, I understand. I thought you were saying PlayStation 2, and that's why I was confused. I'm like, Tiki, there's like 5 of them.
That's clearly the best Tony Hawk game. Anyways, greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers.
Hey guys. To finish this very quickly, usually people say that Pro Skater 2 or Underground are the best ones. I think Underground's the best one.
And I strongly think that 2 is the best one. All right.
That's okay.
Just because I like arcadey pick up and play shit without the whole stupid Bam Margera bullshit.
Bam only shows up in like 2 cutscenes in Underground 1.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Underground 2. Underground 2 is the jackass one.
Okay, I just associate Underground with Bam, so that's.
I mean, that's fair. This one's a lot more. Underground 1's a lot more like Stacy Peralta and Chad Muska, and like Tony Hawk proper and people like that.
Oh, you know what? I just realized that we promised at least one person that we were gonna get to their project first, and we're like fucking like literally like.
Did you ever respond to them? I didn't.
I did actually.
Oh, did you? They're also not here. Honeybean isn't here. But we will do it first. I believe that is Team Barnum, correct? You stop.
Sorry.
Let me check just in case. I'm pretty sure it's Team Barnum.
I just want you to make sure, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Team Barnum.
The running gag with this installment of are we calling this more poo talk or what, or is it?
I have it listed as Inside Baseball.
Inside Baseball. That's totally
because I thought that's what you wanted to do.
Yes, that is what I wanted to do.
Thank God.
Good. But it's like, more poo talk. You know, it's like a Sorcerer's Apprentice. You might get straight to the point. With us, it's like, nah, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like we don't even know who's on what team.
I know for the most part.
No, I know. I'm ripping on
I know who's playing. Goofy, you're back. Wow.
All right. So, well, first of all, Evan, for the folks at home who, it's very unlikely that there's any folks at home that are, I just realized I could click on the comments and there's comments. Look at that.
I know there's a lot more people than I expected.
No, it's just I'm so used to seeing StreamYard. You guys know this.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
I'm so used to seeing StreamYard from the production side, from the producer side of things, that I didn't realize. Like, because, anyways, Evan, set up the damn project, please.
So this project, you guys had to make. You guys had to make like an animal, like something, for either. What was tier 1? Tier 1 was Animal Kingdom? Because no one did tier 1. Tier 2 was SeaWorld, and tier 3 was Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, which is Tiki's home park, which I know next to nothing about. So
you must know some.
Oh no, I know stuff about. I know stuff about it, but I'm not as through. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know it as well as you do, obviously.
Well, yeah, and I don't know Six Flags New England as well as you do.
It's a really good park. It's better than
Discovery Kingdom. So I've heard. I don't doubt that for a second. Yeah. Anyways. All right.
Yeah.
So this is Team Barnum, right?
Yeah, this is Team Barnum.
We literally just went over to clarify. I have to double clarify it again. That's
okay. It also says Team Barnum on the top left of the screen, but that's okay. We're doing our best.
Indeed. All right. So Team Barnum. So they chose the Monsoon Falls area, right?
I think you're right.
And Evan, yes. It is a shoot the shoot. You don't have room for much there.
No.
I mean, the map is cute. The map is adorable, but still, it's a shoot the shoot.
I mean, is there an area surrounding it?
Not really.
No.
It's kind of like right up against V2.
Oh, that's fair. Is that what that thing on the right is?
Yes, that is exactly what that thing on the right is.
Wow.
So see how it literally does just kind of push right up against that area?
Yeah, but that's okay, I think.
Okay, so I really like the concept of the Carousel Theater. It's not necessarily a Six Flags thing, but it is like vaguely kind of a Discovery Kingdom thing. Just in the sense that Discovery Kingdom is pretty offbeat in the Six Flags chain, and if Six Flags was going to make a weird, like, off the beaten path investment like this, I could see it going to this park.
Yeah, it's a super weird concept, but I think as a concept it works. It's really interesting.
I was legitimately surprised how much I thought the Carousel Theater actually worked.
Yeah, no, I think the Carousel Theater is a really good way to showcase as much as they could in such a small space. I think there are other ways that they could have taken it. And like I talked about in my review, I think all these attractions were super redundant and kind of repetitive, honestly. But I still liked it as a concept.
Okay, hold on. I'm just in the comments here. I Am Air is Dash, right?
No, we do this every week. It's Sharon
Literally.
and Susan. Every goddamn time someone has to tell you it's Sharon and Susan.
Oh my god, I am so sorry, Sharon and Susan. It's just that username is so not what I think of when I think of Sharon and Susan as a username. It's like very dissimilar.
No, that's fair. I just think it's funny.
It is. So Sharon and Susan is like the only other person in the entirety of the fucking internet that I've ever seen reference the Popeye land that used to be where Looney Tunes Seaport is now.
There's a Popeye land?
There used to be a Popeye land.
Oh my, that's weird.
Yeah, look it up.
I will.
But yeah, Sharon and Susan, that like I said, that land barely ever gets mentioned. So I'm actually legitimately impressed that you know about that.
They might have been to Discovery Kingdom. They're from California.
Yeah.
No, maybe, perhaps.
If Six Flags Discovery Kingdom was truly offbeat, they'd have Skittles stairs.
I told you guys that's going to be Project 3. You guys are going to be making an M&M logo for Six Flags
God. I'm sorry, but we have to do an M&M stairs project at some point.
No, we're not doing that.
That's not this season, but that's too good not to do. It's maybe for a one-sentence comp.
No, that makes sense for a one-sentence comp.
It does.
Or like a preseason project.
Right.
But we're not doing a full project to satiate your memes.
Literally every time I go to Discovery Kingdom, I have to fucking get a picture of it. Like
I know, we get them every time.
I know, even when I went to the coaster after hours and they had the fucking M&M stairs blocked off, I was like, no, I'm still gonna get the picture. There they are. See them?
Love it. Still there.
Oh god.
It's the first thing Six Flags did when they took over the park.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh god. I think that the Carousel Theater was really all you needed for this project.
I agree. Like I talked about it in my review. I think it would have been better, or if you really wanted to have everything, I think it would have been better to get a little weird with the Carousel Theater and then kind of like focus back for the post show and the stunt show. Mm-hmm. So I talked about in my review, like you could have done like Bad Cow or like Aquaman's like sea life friends or things like that for circling back and like pets you can actually own. Mm-hmm. And I think it would have been a better way to like differentiate itself and kind of set it above as like its own D-ticket, E-ticket, whatever you want to call it. There's stairs made of M&Ms. And then...
I love that. I love that B1 genuinely doesn't know. That's adorable. Rob, if you'd like to explain the M&M stairs in the comments, feel free to do so. All right.
But aside from that, like I really liked everything separately. And I also thought it was funny that I was writing my review as I was reading the project. So I'm reviewing I'm writing about the Carousel Theater. Like, I think this is a really interesting way to do something with like real pets without doing a pet stunt show. And then I get like 6 pages down and I find the pet stunt show. It was very well written, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. No,
I
no. Beowulf, there's stairs that are all decked out in M&M decals, all right? It's just a big, giant ad,
mean,
and it's a huge meme, and it's stupid, and it looks
you can
god-awful.
try to eat them if you have Pika. You can try.
But can I just say, Evan, Rob was genuinely delighted and excited when we got to the M&M stairs at Magic Mountain. He was like, "Oh, there they are.
They're here." Even Six Flags New England has them.
Really, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there's like a little like sky bridge that goes over the highway.
Could you imagine if a fucking park like Dollywood had them?
Oh my god, Disney should have them. They should put them on the stairs up to the train.
Oh my
It'd be perfect.
Oh no! Oh no! That's a step too far. That's a step too far.
Getting back to the project.
What Walt would have always wanted.
It is, yeah. Disneyland will never be complete as long as there's no M&M stairs. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Joker dancing on the M&M stairs.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, get back to the project. I like this more than I think I'm conveying properly. I did like the project. I just had some issues with redundancy and a few
Fairground
like
California Great America or Six Flags Great America? I assume you mean Six Flags Great America.
Great America. I think that's in Illinois, is it?
Yes, Gertie.
Yeah. I always get it confused with America, which is in Virginia.
America is a much different park.
I know. I've been to it. They used to have a really, really, really cool water coaster that I can't find any videos of.
From what I hear, it's actually on the upswing.
Good, yeah. Joker's Jinx was a cool ride.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, that water coaster was like half dark ride, then it turned into an outdoor
yeah.
water coaster, and I can't find any videos, and I sob every night thinking about how I can never relive it.
Yeah, Paragon, interesting story about that. There's like Marriott created both Great America in Gurnee, Illinois, and in California, and they both have the exact same layout, pretty much the same kind of rides. That's why there's there's the giant double-decker carousel at both, stuff like that. There's a flight deck at both. But then Six Flags bought one park, and Paramount Parks bought the California one. So it's really
later
weird.
Cedar Fair.
Yes, it's really weird because it's literally like a Six Flags park and a Cedar Fair park with virtually the same layout, except the Six Flags park, from what I know, is way better in terms of the coaster lineup.
Anyway,
because Great America in California literally only has like Railblazer and fucking Gold Striker, and it's kind of all downhill after that.
Fun. Anyway, I liked the project. I liked everything separately. Yeah. Brer Panther's animal designs for the stunt show were really cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. Their art's getting better too, I think.
I mean, just generally speaking, like Brer Panther, that's a good example of someone who's pretty quiet in the brainstorming, but they were still able to to put a stamp on the project. So
yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like the whole cast is at the very least able to contribute like something. And
absolutely, honestly,
stoked about that.
This is a really, really consistent cast. Like even from last year, I think it's more consistent than last year too.
I agree.
Do you have anything else to say? I really like the food and beverage. I liked the names.
Food and beverage is okay, but I just don't think it was needed.
I mean, I think it was because they were trying to make a mini land, but
that's fair.
I understand it from that perspective.
You're
Again,
to make a mini land in a fucking footprint of a shoot ride.
Yeah, you can swing it anyway. Like,
I'm sorry.
No, I know.
This is the risk you get when you choose Discovery Kingdom, folks. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sure they could tell by the reviews. Yeah, like the gift shop was fine. It was like any other Six Flags gift shop. I mean that in the best way. The trash cans are great. I think
one of the better gift shops in Discovery Kingdom is actually the Batman one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
I think your color aesthetic was really interesting too for the whole land.
It is, yeah.
It's very like I wouldn't think of it when I think of superhero pets, but I mean it's aesthetically pleasing at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Yeah, cool. So fantastic job, guys. I need to change the screen.
Okay.
Let's do Bailey next because we'll leave the video for last.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. There she is. Cool. So we got a big old book. I didn't have any issues reading this. The only thing I had issues reading was the only thing I had issues reading was the art of communication, but I don't think that mattered. I was just trying to like force myself.
I was having I'm just old, Evan. I am just old. I can't read that text. I can't read that text without squinting. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's time for some tiki glasses.
Oh God, I mean, you joke, but like honestly, maybe.
No, I'm dead serious. Maybe it's time for some glasses.
No, honestly, I feel like glasses would help with my migraines at the very least.
They could, yeah. That could be a reason why you're getting migraines.
Yeah, right. But
or it's a contributing factor at the very least. So I think this one should have won. I really, to be perfectly blunt, I think this is my favorite.
Just how the numbers work, man. I don't know.
I know. So that's what I don't like about the number system. And I talked to Tiki about getting rid of it, but we kind of had to keep it for the ring system that we were using.
I mean, by all means, once we hit post merge and we don't have the ring system anymore, then
that's very true.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, we'll have to think about that. But yeah, that's kind of the downside to the number system. Even Honeybean, you might need glasses too.
I genuinely don't get how you people can just like not just read that on eye level and not like get up close to. I don't get.
Yeah, you just put your face really close to the screen. It's okay.
I don't.
It makes me feel more immersed with the art.
Okay. I genuinely think I really did mean it when I said like this is as much as the stereotypical Aussie YouTuber was like a game changer as far as presentation goes. This is a great presentation too.
I agree.
But I really feel like it's a game changer as far as like this is like the most goddamn realistic proposal. Like it's up there in the history of the game.
No, I definitely agree.
Just as far as pure realism goes.
Like I said, I think it was maybe like I hate saying this because it always sounds weird, but for the sake of presentation, I think it was like ever so slightly too realistic with like half a page on like salinators and like stuff like that.
You know what? I mean, I get what you're saying. It's a
absolutely.
A balancing act, and this is honestly kind of why I like the grading system. Is because it's like, the rule of thumb is generally like the more realistic something is, the less creative it is, so that's the balancing act.
Yeah, but at the same time, if we're to play devil's advocate towards the way realism is graded, a lot of judges sometimes grade realism for the merits of the IP.
I don't. I
don't either, but that happened during season 18.
For me, it's like kind of like a third the merit of the IP, a third like the actual practicality of it all, and then a big part of it is just footprint, as you guys can tell.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Now that happened a few times in the past. It always drove me up the wall. But I get like a 7 out of 10 for realism. They're like, I don't think Disney would make a ride for this IP. I'm like, yeah, no shit. That's why I'm writing a fan fiction about this IP. Right. Like you're right. So that's my rant. But my only big issue with realism was using the lake. I'm not sure how realistic it would be to turn an entire lake into an orca enclosure.
Okay,
but I really like the idea of
the lake is just a giant fucking. I mean, I like SeaWorld Orlando a lot. I really do. I think it's a park with a lot of potential. But that lake, man, that lake is just one of the most depressing dead zones in any park I've ever been to.
No, I totally agree. Like I absolutely agree. So like I totally understand and agree with them using that area, but I think they should have just filled it in and made bigger tanks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hear you, but at the same time, I appreciate the ambition.
Oh no, so do I.
Yeah.
I just feel weird about throwing orcas in a saltified lake.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Oh god.
But it is like a pretty good size. It's a good size for them. It just I think there might have been
Yeah.
better ways to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, are we getting any joke prompts? Evan, can you answer that?
Not really. I wouldn't say so. Not
Possibly with Walt's Vault.
yeah. With False Vault, possibly nothing like in the prompt itself. Nothing like the meme project from Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, God.
But like we said, Walt's Vault cannot be either good or bad. Like this round, It was good. Like who knows what the future will hold.
I mean, this round, I wouldn't even classify this round as like good.
I mean, it was good for Pergera.
It was good for Peregron, and it was like I guess it was good for P Wolf because he got to control it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But like it was kind of chaotic for everyone else because it's just, it's just like PO MVP is a fixture of the game, and you don't go fucking with that.
Yeah. But yeah, Walt's Vault will affect things during the game. Like we said, it could be good, it could be bad. There are some that I'm very excited for. Both for good and bad. But there's no directly...
I'm sorry. Peregron, let me ask you this. How much of a PR nightmare would it be for the park to literally just say, fuck that goddamn lake. We're either just completely filling it in, or we're just going to build a shit ton of coasters over it.
Also, to be fair, SeaWorld's been in a PR nightmare for a decade.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just curious if there's if there's anything going on with that lake that prevents them from building on it. Because I mean, it's so much it's so much wasted space. It's just kind of mind-boggling how much wasted space it is. It's almost a full corner of the park.
Tiki, what are you talking about? They put Christmas trees in that lake during the winter.
Oh my god! Wow.
And yeah, Pergron, that's very true. Nothing SeaWorld does will be good for PR, which is why they should fill in the lake.
Yeah.
There's no fish living there. It's not like they're filling in the tanks. But if they would, that would also be a PR
using
nightmare.
it for the expanded orca habitat. I mean, yeah, that's true.
I get the idea behind it. I just feel weird about like converting a lake into an enclosure.
More coasters, bro.
No, the orcas need a better habitat. And to get back to the project instead of talking
I'm
about the
just saying, there's room for at least two. There's room for another like Kraken Mako 1-2 punch in that lake, man, and then some.
I think I don't know if SeaWorld needs another coaster.
If the park had another 1-2 punch like Kraken and Mako, it would be a world-class coaster park.
They just opened Icebreaker. And I agree with Pergron.
Notice the pregnant pause.
Well, you haven't even seen it yet. I agree with Pergron.
I've seen it twice, motherfucker.
Oh, are there videos of it?
I've seen it twice. The damn thing has been fully constructed since 2020.
I was talking about a ride-through of it. I know you've seen it.
Like, I have seen the damn thing in person. It doesn't look like much. I mean, it looks fun, but it's not going to blow the gates off.
That's fair. I agree with Pergron that the park doesn't need more coasters.
More coasters, bro.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Why don't they just put a coaster over the Shamu Stadium?
Oh my god. I mean, like, how much work would it be to move the orcas entirely and just have it be like, okay, the orcas, like, I understand they can still do stuff with them, like, from a conservation point of view, but I feel like the orcas are literally nothing but trouble from a PR point of view.
Well, that's the thing, is that they can't be put back into the wild because they were born in captivity, and they would probably die very quickly if they were put it back into the wild.
I'm not saying put them back into the wild. I'm saying, like, I don't know, maybe like I don't know, there's not room in Discovery Cove, but
I mean, really, like the orcas are already there. like if they move them, that's going to be a PR problem too, especially if they move them where no one can see them. So it's easier for them to keep them there. And again, like I totally like I really like this project because it makes the orcas like the center of attention for the first time in like 40 years. So I really appreciate that they're giving guests like they're pushing guests to actually see the orcas and like visit them.
But you could have a fucking RMC hybrid, Evan.
Why would I want a wooden coaster?
An RMC hybrid, bro. All right, now I am just
yeah.
being silly.
It's like a ride an RMC at Six Flags New England. There's a million.
You can ride an RMC at Busch Gardens, maybe one day.
I know.
Maybe one day.
Eventually.
All right. Anyways. Oh boy, SeaWorld could. SeaWorld could use an RMC though. I'm not even kidding. But
I don't know about that. But
maybe a Raptor.
I was just gonna say that, like maybe an iRail.
Yeah. Anyways,
but I really like this project because it really like gets guests. It puts the orcas in the center of attention for once. Because I don't know if you like saw the orca enclosure at SeaWorld when you went. It's like nothing. Like it's literally it's a window where sometimes there's a cast member talking about orcas. But that's it. And then they have diving.
Okay, that's literally the dolphin enclosure at Discovery Kingdom.
I mean, at least dolphins can live in that. And at least the dolphins
right.
aren't like the mascot of SeaWorld. Like, it makes no sense that the park mascot is in such a small space.
Discovery
and not
Kingdom
really advertised.
Discovery Kingdom kind of tried to make dolphins their mascot, but they just went with fucking DC instead, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they're close. Yeah, Pergron, I totally agree that the habitats, like the viewing's the problem. And I think you guys really fixed that with your presentation, which is why I liked it so much. And you also made it thematically consistent, which I appreciated because that's not something that SeaWorld does well.
No, yeah. It's not.
And
hey guys, we got the Kraken ride next to the fucking Atlantis ride. That's thematically consistent, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yes, it is.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably the best piece of placemaking SeaWorld has. That's
the new the new like paint job they gave Kraken kind of ruins that.
Yeah,
like the weird like extreme sport like just words painted on the walls like overlay.
And can I just say, Kraken is just like a very, very overhyped floorless coaster, and I will take Medusa at Discovery Kingdom any day of the week.
Kraken's hyped?
Yeah, apparently.
I thought it was okay.
So did I. I mean, I'm going to be controversial and say I will take Scream at Magic Mountain over Kraken.
Oh my god, no, you didn't just say that.
I'm honestly having to debate it in my head because Scream is more intense.
Yeah.
And I like intensity. Rob is right. Atlantis itself is probably thematically inconsistent. Yeah, you're not
Atlantis wrong. Currently is thematically consistent.
You're not wrong. Jesus. Honest to God, you know what the best piece of placemaking in that park is? Like wall to wall, as a land.
Sesame Street?
No, that's close. It's honestly fucking Antarctica.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's kind of purposeful because it's in like an ice chasm.
Mm-hmm. Sesame Street would be great if it had a dark ride.
Yeah, the area around Manta's really nice too.
Yeah, it is. I won't deny that. Yeah,
like the whole area in the front, I think is really nice outside the lake, and the weird Mediterranean village is kind of weird.
All right. Anyways, this has been the SeaWorld podcast.
Yeah, thank you for coming, everyone. Tune in tomorrow.
We're going to
talk about SeaWorld Austin.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call Atlantis god-awful. I would call it a mixed bag with some good elements.
I still prefer it to San Diego's, but it's a real shame they
cut
all the story.
The San Diego one?
I've written it. So, yes.
I mean, that's... I would honestly say that, like, the difference between the Orlando Atlantis and the San Diego Atlantis is literally bigger than the difference between the two Mummy rides.
I will say though, I really like the elevator lift on the San Diego one.
Oh, I didn't even know they had an elevator.
Yeah, it has a really cool like rocking back and forth elevator lift with like a screen in it. Yeah, it's a cool like lift.
There's like no theming besides that, right?
I mean, the area is themed, and there's a like little tiny aquarium at the exit.
Yeah, well, at least it's not as bad as the Six Flags San Antonio version, which is literally just a shoot.
Yeah, I know. That one's really bad. They at least did something to this one. But anyway, back to the project. I really like it. You took out the piss from Wild Arctic, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
Wild Arctic is the ride where it's like, I know. Same thing with the fucking floorless, not the floorless coaster, the trackless dark ride. Like, I know it'll be bad, but one day I would like to do it. Just to say I did.
What ride?
Both,
I'm sorry. I just realized that I can put people in timeout, so
I saw that. I was like, wait, what's going on with people?
Sorry, continue. He'll be back in 5 minutes.
I'm terribly sorry, Peregrine. You're right. The coaster chat is the chat.
Yeah, no,
chat's going wild where they're like talking about SeaWorld. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, this was my favorite project of the three. I think you guys did a really fantastic job. I really like pretty much everything you did. Like, my only real problem was that I didn't need half a page and salinate the water.
What the hell are you talking about? For me being a fake coaster fan?
He's making a joke. Relax. It's okay.
Have you talked to me about coasters, Honeybee?
It's okay. Back to the project.
I mean, compared to Doug, maybe, but
back to the project.
Sorry.
Yeah, like I don't really have a ton else to say personally. I think I've gone through everything I wanted to say about the project. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it.
It is interesting that the bonus points did factor in.
They did, honestly. That's thank you for reminding me. I think that this kind of proved the ring concept, where you guys did different rings. The other two teams got 2 extra points than you did, but they still were within 1 point of you.
Yes, exactly.
Like in the standings. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Honeybee, I'm just kidding around. I know you were joking.
Yeah.
I've been like awake for way too long, and now my body is just starting to break out into a cold sweat, which probably isn't good.
It's okay. Even then, like, I think shit, what was I gonna say? Before we had to use Space's scores, I think that your project was tied for first. This project was tied for first.
It wouldn't. I mean, this generally feels like a winning project, right?
Yeah. No, I really do think it should have won, and that's no disrespect to Team Ringling. Like, I feel like we're going on like a 3-minute long tangent about why Ringling shouldn't have won. But that project is really great too.
He does make a good point that does concern me.
I mean, that's kind of the risk and reward, because you could go for Ring 3 and totally botch it.
That's true.
And that's kind of where the challenge comes in, because they're purposely difficult.
Right, like, for example, with Ring 3 in the animatronic project, like, we made it purposefully vague what we're qualifying as an e-ticket, because honestly,
yes,
we ourselves don't really know.
No, we had proper ideas, because that's one of the things we wanted to do, was make sure we had ideas for prompts before we make people make them. So,
but I'm just saying that, like, for me, the appeal of like make an e-ticket theater show is like, I feel like there's a lot of unexplored. Like, I feel like they can come up with the next big idea. You know what I mean? They're not just pasting a formula. You know what I mean? Really,
like this Project 3, and we'll go back to the project that we're talking about now. We can talk more about this at the end. Okay. Project 3 is meant to be like, if you want to do Ring 3, it's meant to be more like like furthering concepts that are already present. It's about really making a theater show an e-ticket experience. And we talked about that on the forum. Like it could be like immersion. It could be like something more with a theater system. It could be anything really, as long as you're setting it above what's already present.
Right.
That being said, I did initially see people like pitching dark rides, and that's not a theater show.
I mean, I honestly think that Ellen's Energy Adventure kind of draws a line, but I still would not qualify. I still would qualify that as more of a dark ride.
I would not consider that a theater show now.
Yeah.
Even though people tried, I would not consider that a theater show. Anyway,
I like it's fucking long enough, but I digress.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the project. Tiki, do you have anything else to say? I'm so sorry, Pergron.
No,
That's kind of turned into a very off-topic tangent.
I mean, as someone who is a big champion of this park, I am purely really like I just want to see something used in that space. I really like I don't care what it is as long as it's not just dead space like it is now. And I joke about the coasters. Like I do think that the park has a stellar like start to their coaster lineup, and they could use a couple more heavy hitters. But I digress. I think it's a great concept. I really do. And like I said, I want to stress the realism, man, because realism is probably like out of the categories, it's probably the most boring one, to quote Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
But still, that doesn't change the fact that this is by far like one of the most realistic this is I don't want to say it's like one of the most realistic projects of all time, but it's certainly in the WDW Magic era.
No, I definitely really appreciate the lengths that you went to for realism. Yeah.
All right.
It's done really well. Cool. So great job. Next one, we have Team Ringling with the Looney Tunes Discovery Trail.
Yeah, this was like surprisingly on brand with something this park would do. Like to me, they kind of nailed the aesthetic of this park.
Yeah, let me make this bigger.
I mean, maybe it's more so something that they would do back in the Six Flags Marine World days and the Six Flags Discovery Kingdom days, but still.
This really struck me as like a thing that Six Flags would do when they're converting the park for the first time.
Right, exactly. But I have a shit ton of childhood nostalgia for that exact time period, and I feel like they nailed that exact time period.
But that's not what the project was.
Did we specifically say that the project had to be in a certain timeline?
No, but they didn't specify what their timeline was either, so I was taking it as a new thing.
I mean, just like the video. I don't
just like it might have been Beowulf because I banned.
Oh,
Beowulf's back. Thank you for coming back. Beowulf, I know Honeybee requested it. I just thought it was funny that I could do that, so I did it. I did not dislike the video. I made the video.
Oh my god, I love Peregrin's point about the animals. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's something that no one else. That's something that no one else talked about. I mean, I Looney Tunes are okay. That's something I talked about in my review. Is that a Tasmanian devil could never be at this park. So that's why realism. That's the big reason why realism took a big hit for me.
There's
because that alone
devil rides, but
yeah, but the Tasmanian devil's an endangered species. And there's like 6 zoos in the country that can hold them. That's why it took such a big hit for me, because that was such like a big jump. And you guys were talking about other animals that were far more realistic, like skunks, that you didn't end up going with, which is whatever. But yeah, that was my main thing. I liked how quaint it was. It really reminded me of stuff from my home Six Flags park. Yeah.
And I feel like in terms of footprint, they picked a perfect location.
Oh yeah, like it's very quaint.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you guys like that whole. I mean, there's a lot of dead areas in in Discovery Kingdom. I'm not gonna lie. Like I try and be a champion of the park in my blogs and everything, but there is a ton of dead space in that park. Granted, none of it is as noticeable as that damn lake, but still. But yeah, that whole back area, with the where the ski stadium is generally, like it is like it mostly is just kind of like an alternate way to get from the food court to the DC rides. That's really all that area is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, like at a base level. I thought it was really good. It was really well done. I really liked the video. Editing nitpicks aside, I really liked it. I thought it was done really well.
Beowulf, I'm sorry, Beowulf, but Pepe Le Pew's Rafts of Romance are still going very strong at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
I think Six Flags New England still has it as well.
Yes, I love that. That is literally what that ride is called. The Pepe Le Pew Rafts of Romance.
Yeah.
Anyways, I made sure to check and make sure it was still there the last time I was in the park. I was like, oh, there it is. Good.
Yeah. I don't have a ton else to say because there really wasn't a ton of detail here.
Yeah, that's definitely the Achilles heel of the project for sure. That being said, I still appreciate, like, with the detail, Evan, I do, like, a point that I am trying to stress is that less is sometimes more.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Like, it didn't need the detail. It didn't need, like whole descriptions of each enclosure.
I mean, as impressive as all the realism detail was in the Peregrine project, and that's what we're gonna call it. It's just the Peregrine.
No, we're not. It's Team Bailey's project.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just goofing, but you'll admit that there's some stuff that's all right. We could trim that.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent for that when it comes to movies. Like I am just like I am a nitpicky little whore when it comes to shit that you could cut out of movies. But that's why Quiet Place Part 2 blows me away so much. But I digress. Because
it cuts out all the movie.
No, because every frame of that movie is like totally necessary.
It's just opening credits and closing credits, and in between, Cillian Murphy shushes you. I just
watched that movie for a third time, sir. So don't you go goofing off with me about that film. Anyways,
does Cillian Murphy turn to the camera and say, "We have to go to a quiet place"? Was it me? Why did I dislike this video? I must have done that by accident. I thought you were talking about the our video.
That's what I thought they were talking about too. Yeah.
Well, undo that. I didn't realize I did that. But yeah,
fucking up the algorithm, Evan.
Yeah, Goofy, you were like consistently a beat off of timing it with the music, and it made me really mad. The first one was right on beat, and there was one towards the end that was right on beat, and all the other ones
and that
were
is why
a beat off.
That is why I will never be a proper video editor
and that's probably why I dislike the video. No, you really don't have to do that. That's just me being anal because I like doing that when I edit.
That kind of shit is just I don't know if I'm lazy or just bad at it or
no, it's very time consuming. When I made that fireworks show like 2 months ago, I think it took me like 4 or 5 hours just to splice everything together.
Mm-hmm.
It was really annoying. So it's very time consuming, but when it works out, it comes out really well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like the project. I thought it was nice. I don't have a ton to say about it. I appreciated its quaintness. It was definitely realistic. It really reminded me of things that I had seen at my own Six Flags park. Because my home Six Flags park is kind of similar to Discovery Kingdom, where it's very tiny and very, like, homegrown, I guess you could say.
Totally. Yeah.
So
I gotta say, I think with all this theme park history stuff, man, hitting the internet, I really am hoping that someone does a theme park history on Discovery Kingdom, like a proper theme park history, like Defunct Land style documentary.
That someone could be you.
That's not going to be.
But it could be.
It might be Pi doing all the heavy lifting and editing, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
me. I am never going to edit it.
Okay.
All right. Anyways.
Oh, Pergron, can we do a game where we design animals?
Oh my god!
And then you judge
not animal enclosures, just
animals.
Oh my god!
And then you judge the merits of its physiology.
A zoo tycoon type of game would be kind of interesting, though.
Yeah. But anyway, any final thoughts? It's just for you, right? Any final thoughts on Team Ringling?
No. I just think that I think out of the 2 Discovery Kingdom projects, it was probably the less ambitious, but also the more realistic and quaint. So again, it kind of I feel like it all kind of evens itself out.
No, I definitely agree. Powerhouse plays the whole time. Anyway, sorry we didn't talk a ton about this one. I didn't have a ton to say. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward.
We already got a bunch of feedback in, so it's fine.
I still feel bad. Mickey nerds are just somewhere in here. Was really nice. It was really good. Also, like I said in my review, if you ever do a video as your sole presentation, please give us the slides too.
Yeah.
Just for simplicity's sake, so we can come back to it, people can read it more easily as well. And it makes the shows easier.
Maybe clearly label it a little bit more, and maybe give it an introductory paragraph or 2.
Yeah, no, I know that the presentation was kind of quick because Goofy was having issues with the video.
That's totally fair.
But yeah, if I had the foresight, I would have just opened up the Google Doc or the Google slide from your PM. But I just thought about that now, and we're at the end, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, great job, guys. I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing the animatronic projects.
Same. Everything's shaping up really well.
Indeed, it is. Very curious to see. I mean, I feel like with season 18, it was kind of once we hit sort of the halfway point, that was the point where it was all right, every elimination from here on out is going to be brutal. I feel like we're going to hit that point almost imminently, Evan.
Yeah, it's coming. A round or 2 will be there, I think.
Yeah, and I'm both excited and kind of terrified for that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, and anything to say about Project 3? I know we talked about it really briefly before.
Project 3, just to tease it up?
I'm sorry, Project 2.
I mean, like I said with the e-ticket of all, to me, it's all about just unproven territory. It's kind of like a frontier of Imagineering, if you will. So that's what excites me about that. But but by all means, I very much don't want to see everyone just take the last prompt the whole time. I really hope that doesn't become the case, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, the prompts are pretty we purposely tiered them, so they're the center ring is definitely the most difficult one. But because of that, things can absolutely go south pretty easily.
Sure. Sure.
So it's kind of a balancing act you have to play. Do you want to do the lower tier and make a possibly better project, or do you want to do a higher tier, do a much harder project, and get that point bonus at the cost of possibly fucking up? That's your decision. But yeah, I still really think that this project kind of proved the concept, where the project was still so close with different tiers being taken. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to do a roll call of the comments here? We have Goofy, Sharon and Susan, Peregron, Beowulf. I think that might be it. Honeybee was in there. Rob was in there.
Space popped in earlier.
Space.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's it. All right. So big thanks to everyone for joining us.
Say goodbye, Tiki.
just for the record, I'm sorry, really quick, just for
No,
the
you're
record.
okay.
We are going to be doing podcasts at least for this month on this channel, on the second channel, the Armchair Imagineers. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already.
Pretty sure everyone is.
I know, right? But the only reason we're doing it on this channel as opposed to the main So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel is that, like, Dragon and I just have a shit ton of stuff cooking up in June, and we just need all the stream time we can get. So
Yeah.
I apologize for the minor inconvenience, maybe, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal to anyone. But it kind of bothers my OCD, but that's about it.
It's okay. Just link it on the other channel.
Yeah, right.
You got playlists for a reason.
That's true. That's true.
Or you can download it and pirate it and put it on your channel.
You know what? You joke, but I was
Don't do that.
I mean, honestly, like,
Hey,
do you really think it'd be that bad of an idea?
if you really want to, it's up to you.
I'm just saying, like, we could download the audio, slap an image onto it. It'd be like a podcast version, but
I mean, if you want to do that, you can.
I don't know. I might.
Okay. Anyway,
Just
we're
because
out.
it bothers me that So You Want to Be an Imagineer content is not on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel.
That's fair. We got to do what we can.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for coming out, guys. Say